This is part two of the sun latitude combined with the sun moon aspects technique. So in the part one video, I showed three different months from 2024. This is going to give you around 4 pivots a month. It'll be 3 to 5 depending. Some of these can be pretty clear. Sometimes they're a little bit tricky, but what I was doing, what I demonstrated in part one, was I'm taking the minimum, the zero cross, and the maximum of the sun's latitude. And then what I want to do is get those dates and match them up with a major aspect between the sun and the moon. By majors, I'm meaning the aspect grouping of zero or conjunction, which would basically be the new moon, the 60, 90, 120, and 180 degree aspects. So I'm using the five major aspects in tandem with the sun latitude minimum, maximum, zero north or zero south crosses. So I'm not going to go through each one date by date, but I'm going to show the data up here, and then I'm just going to show the price chart from late 24 all the way through to through the month of May this year. So here's the aspect chart. You can see the aspects from 11/1/24 down to 2/20/25. Then I have another shot with the rest of those up to the current time. Here's that grouping, and we're going from there. We're going to look all the way through May here. I'm going to show the chart with the trigger points, but I'm also going to point out a couple of things that make it a little bit tricky at times. Going back to the latitude chart, sometimes you get these areas like this in late November into early December, where you get this wide, flat bottom where the latitude gets to its minimum point and kind of hangs there for a set of days. So this makes it a little bit tricky. We're going to have like 3 moon aspects in that area, but most of the time you're going to either get some sort of consolidation, and then when the latitude starts to move and head back up or down, whatever the case may be. In this case, we're down at the bottom and heading up. When it starts to make that move up is where we are going to get the beginning of the move on the price chart. Because you can see right here in this area, we've got the zero cross, the long, wide minimum bottom, and then a zero cross back up again. So we're looking at, aspects. We have a sextile on the 25th, we have the conjunction on the 1st, which is basically right in the middle of the bottom. And then on the 6th, we have the sextile as it moves away. And that's where the price actually makes its move. I'm going to take a look at that on the price chart to show that area. Here's the chart with all the points marked. But anyhow, the area that I'm referring to with the flat bottom on the declination starts here on the November 25th is the vertical line. You can see the 26th was this bar. You can see we continued the up move, and then as the latitude was bottoming, the price flattened out, and then on the 6th was the high bar on the last aspect, and then the market moved down from there. It only went down a couple bars, but it's a good example to show you what happens when you get to the flat areas of the declination. So generally what you're going to do here, you're looking for the one aspect that's nearest to the declination point, and that's going to be the turn on that day or one day off generally. Sometimes it gets a little tricky. You can get the aspect is 2 or 3 days off the declination point. You can just watch the market pattern on those dates and play a reversal bar, or just let those go if you prefer it the whole thing to be a little bit tighter. But just going through the aspects from November 24 all the way through 2025 up to this point with the rest of the projections for the month of May, we had this right after the turning point, we had the acceleration. We had the high point here, 1 day off. We had 1 day off the low here. We had the high here, a high here. This was not the exact low, but generally that swing low, because when we hit that point, we had 3 sideways days and a false breakdown. Caught the low exact here. This one here was a midpoint. This one is a low, a swing high, a swing low. This one was a couple days off the high. This one was a good high. Then we had a little close pair here on double bottoms. 1 day off on the first and then exact on the second. We caught a low here right up to the high, or 1 day off of that high. Next one was a high. Pretty good low here exact. This one was a miss or a midpoint of this low to this high. This one was a low, and this one was a low. So out of that whole group of 15, 16 aspects, we had a couple of misses or midpoints. Coming up in May, we have a trigger point on the 16th, then again on the 26th, and then the one after that would be on June 11th. So those are points you can watch going forward as this method continues to play out.